What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new league racing video here today. We're back once again for EML F1 round number 4 this time here for the Canadian Grand Prix. Coming into this, I can't lie, the expectations weren't actually that high. I wasn't able to get a lot of practice in. Obviously this is 7 AM on a Thursday morning for me, and as quite a few of you would probably know, the Manufacturer Series is on a Wednesday night, but because of Asia and Oceania being combined, the first slot is 9 in the evening, so majority of the time the races will take about 45 minutes. That includes qualifying and everything else that kind of goes on in between. So half the time I'm not actually even, off Gran Turismo till 10 o'clock that night. And since I've got to wake up at like 6 AM to come do this, doesn't really leave me a lot of time to try and fit some practice in there. Yeah, so that's a little bit awkward, but I did quite a few laps before this race, and I don't want to say I actually got a comfortable setup, because I really wasn't liking how this car felt. It's kind of hard to explain. One minute it just felt so oversteery, and the next minute it's just like the front tyres weren't even connected. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but anyway, we went out there for our first run of this qualifying session. We only posted a 1080. That's an absolute well, dog shit time, excuse the French, but yeah, that is absolutely horrendous. We can go a lot quicker than that. I think my PB in Grand Prix has been like a 7.1 or a 7.0 or something. So yeah, I know I could get down to the low 7s, but yeah, obviously I don't play this game as much as I used to, say 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah, that I'm starting to think that has actually had an impact on how I'm performing. So maybe I need to start sweating this out a bit more regularly like I used to. But anyway, we went on for another lap there just a minute ago. I think it was our second lap on the same set of tyres, and we got down to a 1077, so not too bad. We're slowly but surely improving. We went out again on another set of tyres, and unfortunately we did the exact same thing again and invalidated. That right hand corner there, or the left hand, excuse me, is so damn annoying. It's like the most frustrating corner on this entire circuit. But anyway, we continue onwards now with our final run of qualifying, and as you can see, it only lasts about 15 seconds because we invalidate through the fast chicane there, and as you can see, I just let go of the wheel and yeah, just let the car drive itself into a wall. Yeah, just a quick hint, probably best if you don't do that. Yeah, I really got nothing to say to cover myself there. That was honestly just out of raw, pure frustration, and there was a hell of a lot of it, don't get me wrong. So yeah, anyway, that was qualifying, short, sharp session, a lot of mistakes, and just probably one of the worst qualifying sessions I've done in a while. So it's a 1077, almost half a second off our title rival at the moment, M Short, who grabs pole on a 7.2, with Young Power there in P2 on a 107.4. The field actually pretty close from about P4 down to what's that, P11, half a second covering about 7 cars. So part of the field is pretty condensed, but then when you get up to the top 3, we start to separate a little bit. But yeah, anyway, we can't worry about qualifying now. It's done and dusted. As I said, it was pretty bad. It was very bad actually, but we've got to get focused on the race now. We're starting on the second row of the grid. Our title rival directly out of us right there, so we can definitely make something work. My race pace is always better than my quali pace, I feel like. So let's try and make the most of that here today, shall we? Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go here for round number 4. Looks like a pretty decent launch. Young Power gets very squirrely on the outside of us there. We're going to look to the inside. M Short locks up massively into turn 1 there. but he maintains the lead. We're looking around the outside. The Young Power, no way through on the Renault driver there. His teammate, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, sorry. But yeah, anyway, we maintain P3, so that's a good thing. Harry there in P5 as well. So, yeah, pretty good start. I think the last time both of us actually raced here, we ended up getting a 1-2. So, who knows? We might replicate that. But I shouldn't talk about that at this stage, should I? But anyway, so continuing onwards, Young Power with a very nice run through that fast right-left section there. And he's going to go for a massive send on M Short into the chicane there. I don't think Short actually saw that coming. He left the door wide open. And Young Power just with the send of the sends, I guess. I could not think of what I wanted to say there. Good Lord, I apologise. But anyway, into the final chicane. M Short just with a bit more top speed, it looks like. Maybe running a little bit lower front and rear wing than what myself and Young Power are. The one thing I will say as well, in qualifying, M Short was almost 3/10 quicker than us in the final sector. And that was, I'm guessing, that's all just on straight line speed, because we were actually purple in sector 1 and basically matching him in the middle sector. So all of the time we lost was almost all in the final. So yeah, that's a little bit concerning. I was running with 4.9 for my wings for this race. Looking back at it now, I do actually think that was a bit too high, but initially I was running 4.8 and I was having major stability problems. Could not keep the car underneath me. So yeah, I decided to increase the rear wing just to make the car a bit more stable through certain corners. But unfortunately it has dented our straight line speed. So we've got to try and make the most of what we've got. The car definitely isn't performing as well as I would like. Obviously, as I said, that is all purely setup related. But anyway, enough about that. On to the end of lap 7. Young Power into the pits, and we're going to follow suit. I'm guessing this is going to be for a set of medium tyres, as well, it's a pretty stock standard 2-stop around here. Harry comes in there in the AlphaTauri as well. We re-emerge. There's Young Power. I'm guessing that is Harry going to re-emerge behind? Yes, it is, but he's actually dropped quite a bit of time by the looks of it. You got Ben there in the McLaren, fastest lap on a 1:11.2, and I think, unfortunately for us, Young Power is going to get out ahead of him, but we are not. We have actually missed out by a long way there. So our pit entry there was a little bit conservative, I won't lie, but I didn't think we threw away about a second. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. We are just about still within the 1 second window of the McLaren, so we are still going to get DRS, just. And at this point, I think all we can really do is just sit behind Ben and hope that he can stick with Young Power, and we've just got to wait for a mistake, because it's a lot like Monza in a way. This place, it's very difficult to overtake. When you know when the line gets formed, so to speak, it's literally just a case of sit there, hold your line, hold your spot, and you've just got to wait till someone makes a mistake, and that's all you can do really. So anyway, on to the end of lap 10. We set the fastest lap on the last time around as well. Young Power just, however, takes that back away from us, so cheers for that. Anyway, coming up now to Csl Elite, the fellow McLaren driver, but very graciously he actually pulls over, gets out of the way of the fight for the lead, doesn't want to hold any of us up. He's got 12 seconds, I think, worth of penalties there, and yeah, just doesn't want to get involved in something that doesn't concern him. But as you can see here, oh dear, that's a Red Bull there who got all out of shape. There's 2 Red Bulls there actually, but the one that wasn't a lap down had a massive moment there. I think he's still on soft tyres he started the race on, so they are going to be feeling very ordinary. Ben goes for the big dive into the hairpin there, and we're going to try and follow him through. We'll get DRS and turn on the overtake, and there we go, job done. Up into P4. We're still waiting on M Short to peel into the pit lane as well, which I think he is now going to do. You can see him there on the minimap. So he is into the pits. I think he's going to go for the one stop because he's gone 11 laps. He's gone like 4 laps longer than anyone else. So that strongly indicates a one stop is the intention for the Williams driver. So yeah, for our race right now, we do kind of need to get a move on and get past Ben here, because I do feel like he was holding me up quite a bit. And as you can see on the lap 15, he locks up a little bit just going under the bridge there. All those shadows can put you off quite a bit. And as you can see there, the red light blinking on the back of the McLaren. He's basically out of ERS, so we're going to go down the inside into the hairpin. Nice stock standard move, no dramas, and we get up into P2. And we do get DRS as well, just an added bonus to try and propel us back towards Young Power, who has actually broken the 1 second window just about. So we got to get back in that as quickly as we can. But the one thing I will say is, for whatever reason, I was really struggling through that final chicane. I felt like I was getting through that okay, but almost every time I kept losing like 2/10 to all the guys around me. So yeah, I'm not really too sure why that was happening, but yeah, it was rather annoying. But anyway, on to lap 19 now. We're going to be coming in a few laps for a set of soft tyres if all goes well, but all has not gone well because Caspar has crashed and now we have a safety car. Oh dear. Right, so a quick explanation as to what you're about to see. So, yes, I'm putting the hard tyres on. Now, ideally, I did not want to put the hards on. I wanted to put a set of mediums on. But unfortunately, if you rewind back to the start of qualifying, I actually went softer for my tyre selection. So, I only have one set of mediums. So, yeah, that's very annoying because we can't put softs on because there is no way they're going to go, what, 15, 16 laps to the end. And, well, we haven't got a set of mediums to put on, so our only solution was either stay out or come in for a set of hards. And I will safely say I did not want to stay out. I was totally against that. M-Short has done that, though. So, obviously, he thinks track position is going to be more important. And that may prove to be the right decision. It isn't the easiest thing in the world to overtake here. But anyway, to the end of lap 22 now. And we are restarting right here. M-Short actually going quite late. He waited right till the chicane to actually get going there. And as a result, all of us kind of got stacked up a little bit into turn 1. We had Ben looking for a move up the inside there. So I had to leave him a little bit of room. But anyway, we maintained P3, Young Power and M-Short going side by side up ahead there, and M-Short makes a little bit of contact with Young Power. The Renault goes on the grass, and once again Young Power sends it back up the inside. He does not want to wait around. More contact made between the pair of them. M-Short really struggling on this restart, just cannot get those mediums to work. And now we're going to try and get by the Williams here under the bridge there. We're going to let him go, try and get the cut back on him here and get a run into the hairpin. We're on the overtake, rich fuel mix. We're on the outside though, so this is going to be risky. We're going to brake super late into the hairpin to try and see if we can pull this off. Make a little bit of contact with the wall there actually on the exit. And now we're almost 3 wide with Ben. Oh, he almost was up the inside of M-Short there, but not quite. M-Short trying to come back at us. He does have a 3-second penalty as well. And that's something worth mentioning about Young Power as well. He has, what's that, 12 or 15 seconds or something? So Young Power effectively is completely out of this race. So at the moment, with about 11 laps to go, we do lead here at Canada, but still 11 laps to go, a lot can happen. We've got a lot of guys on brand new mediums behind us that I can safely say are quite a bit faster than what we are. On to lap 25, being able to hold them back relatively well for the moment. Ben does have a 3-second penalty behind us there as well. So effectively, the first car that we're battling on track at the moment is actually Harry. And, well, effectively we're 1-2, doesn't that sound familiar? But anywho, Ben looks like he actually has a bit of overspeed here. Now, I thought he was going to go for a move, so I went really deep, completely cocked the line up. And, well, that kind of it's self-explanatory, isn't it? We've completely bottled that, and now we have a safety car as well, as Creaser has retired. I'm not too sure if that's actually in the pit lane or in the Wall of Champions, but bloody oath. So, yep, that's ruined our race effectively. We're going to come in for a new set of soft tyres and a new front wing. Excuse me, and well, this has really put pay to our race, hasn't it? We were sitting pretty in a, I don't want to say an easy position to win the race, but it was definitely there for us to get. But unfortunately, just a stupid little mistake there, and well, that's game over for us, really. I can't lie, honestly, I actually thought Ben was going to go for the move. And I was kind of annoyed after the race because, and I did say this in the chat as well, I wasn't really sure, you know, what he was actually going to do. Was he trying to go for the move or not? Because he had enough overspeed that he probably could have actually gotten by if he wanted. But yeah, anyway, it's been, it's done, it's happened. So we got to get on with it now. 7 laps to go. We're in P9. Basically, everybody around us has time penalties as well. So, yeah, now we've just got to get the hammer down and try and get as many positions as we can, or as we can, excuse me. First up, Charlie Harris here, so we're going to try and get past a Haas driver. Actually, never mind, I tell a lie, we're going to get past Nightshades in the AlphaTauri right here, who I'm guessing has decided to stay up on a set of mediums, and I'm also going to guess that he is regretting that decision, because, yeah, that did not look like a fun car to drive. But anywho, we continue on, and well, that's another warning. So, yep, that's nice. But a few seconds later, we get another safety car. Now, I have no idea what this one was for because there were no retirements. I think there may have been a spin at the hairpin, but other than that, I think that was it. So, yeah, to me, that if the game was going to bring anything out, surely a VSC was all that was necessary, but apparently the game thought otherwise and it decided the safety car was needed. So on to the end of lap 32, we're finally going green flag racing once again, trying to get a good restart to maybe get a run on Charlie Harris. Unfortunately, that has not gone to plan. So yeah, down into turn 1, we're going to remain in P8 here for the moment. And this just goes back to what I was saying at the start of the race as well. Trying to make moves around here is just so damn hard because everybody's so close. You've really got to have a big mistake from the guy ahead to try and make a move. Speaking of make a move, we're going to try a send. Oh god, that didn't work on Charlie there, and that was totally on me. That was my fault. We were too far back to really make that work. That was really a send out of frustration, to be honest, more than anything else. And then, as you can see, we make another mistake through that right-left section. And now Scott in the Alfa Romeo dives up the inside, trying to get P8 away from us. But we get a relatively nice exit. Sorry, couldn't get my words out there. And hang on to P8 for the moment. On to lap 34. M Short and Vettel make a bit of contact, and Charlie has to check up. And as you can see, we get all out of shape. Now, that was actually probably the most annoying part of the race for me, because I feel like we could have actually made a move there. So, yeah, I think we definitely threw away a spot there. But anyway, down into the hairpin, M Short once again looking to try and get by Vettel, but no way through. I think Scott tried to have a half-assed look up our inside there. So, yep, that's all well and good. One thing I will say, honestly, after this race, I don't think there was actually a single person, maybe apart from the top 3 obviously, who actually had anything good to say about this race. So, yeah, I think quite a few people were happy to see the checkered flag at the end of this race, myself included. We try and have one last look at Charlie there into the hairpin, but no way through. So, that is basically it, I think. We're not going to be able to be close enough to have a go into the final chicane unless he makes an absolute hash of it. But I don't think that's going to happen. M Short and Vettel battling up ahead there. We get a tap from Scott as we completely cocked up the chicane there. But we're going to come across at P6 in the end. A decent recovery, I suppose. Harry wins, so that's pretty good. But yeah, we definitely were on for at least a podium that race, but one mistake and we were out. Alright, so there we go guys, that's been today's video. EML F1 round number 4, the Canadian Grand Prix, and a bit of a disaster that one, to be honest. Yeah, as I said, I think I do actually need to start sweating this stuff out a bit more like I used to, as the performances lately really just haven't been good enough. They're nowhere near what I would expect from myself, and I know Leonis probably expects a little bit more as well. So yeah, got to try and pick my game up over these next few races. But anyway, a quick look at the championship after round number 4. M Short takes the lead on 82 points, ourselves in P2 on 77. So not too bad, still a long way to go in this championship. Anything can happen, so we got to keep our head down and we'll see where we end up at the end of it. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, greatly appreciated. And until next video, I'll see you all next time.